I just made, what, $2 million? Come on, man. And I'm one of your better players. My jersey is getting you that much money. I can't get no more?
Nope.
Nah, man.
That's why I put incentives. You got to put incentives.
Fuck, man. I mean, it sounds like greed, honestly. It sounds like greed.
That's America.
Well, from our standpoint, it sounds like greed. You know what I'm saying? But if we're working for companies that fucking make a ton of money and don't give us shit.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. It's just, it's not on that scale. Fucking, it's like Latrell Sprewell when he was like,
I'm broke.
I'm not making enough money. I can't feed my kids. I'm only making, I think at the time he was making something like 8 or 9 million a year. And he's like, how do you expect me to feed my kids off of 9 million? Like, the fuck are you feeding them?
Yeah, right?
Fucking gold bars and shit. These bitches are eating with like solid gold salad forks and shit.
That's the toilet. The toilet's solid.
The toilet's they got platinum forks.
It's like, fuck, man.
I don't put gold near my mouth. Are you serious?
How the fuck you expect me to feed my kids?
These are adamantium plates.
He fucking went and got adamantium made. Yo, how much money do you have to go get a metal that doesn't exist made?
That's pretty expensive. It's got to be.
Fuck it.
It's got to be in those high
Took
numbers.
the private jet to Wakanda.
Yes.
You're going to go to a fucking place that don't exist. That's it. I want to have enough money to visit places that really don't exist. I'm going to fucking find an uninhabited island and just call that shit something different.
Right. Call that bitch Wakanda. I'm like, I know it exists now, motherfucker.
Exactly. And I'm Black Panther, bitch.
Yeah, so.
I wish somebody would be a real superhero.
All right. So today.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're going to do a recap of Star Wars The Last Jedi. I think everybody's had enough time to go watch it. Spoilers included.
Really?
Gonna have Al Pacino versus Robert De Niro.
Robbie versus Al.
Bobby! We're gonna do a recap. Well, actually, we did. We just had a recap.
Yeah. You're kind of late on that.
And we're gonna do top 3 Star Wars characters.
Well, wait. We had a recap. Bo, what did you do for New Year's?
Shit.
Okay.
And you sat in the apartment, chilled?
Well, Saturday night, if you remember, during the show, I was sick as fuck.
He was sick, yeah.
Yeah.
And it got worse by Sunday, the next following day, which would happen to be
New Year's
Eve.
New Year's Eve.
So you didn't try and cure it with alcohol?
Nah, I did take a shot though at a cabin that I have in on top of my fridge. Bought a little handle. Not a handle. Nah, a bottle, small bottle. That was an old bottle though. I had this shit for like years.
Is that the same one?
Yeah, it's from the same one from my old apartment, actually.
Nice.
Liquor don't go bad.
Yeah, it's true, bro. I was about to say, fuck it, dude. It's
Motherfuckers
true.
like it's called aging. Motherfuckers age liquor and shit.
Well, don't they age wine?
Well,
Like,
wine,
Yeah.
and like whiskeys and shit. Like the barrels and shit. They leave them in the barrels for like 10 years and put that shit in
Get
the
that
ground.
oaky taste.
Yeah, so I didn't do jack shit. I sat there and just heard a bunch of explosions while I'm playing video games, and I'm like, that sounds
I guess
cool.
it's midnight.
Yeah, basically, Actually, no, I took a reprieve at that moment, and I was like, I will stream the ball dropping.
That's what's up.
And I did, and then I took a shot, and I was like, all right, fuck everybody.
2018.
Exactly.
Fuck this year
Let's
already.
get back into the 2017 shit.
Right. So just played a little bit more shit, and then I fucking went to bed. Oh, and I did watch some of that Chappelle, the new.
I know. I heard they dropped a new one.
the
Have
new
you watched
one.
it yet?
There's a
it's,
new stand-up?
Yeah.
It's 2 parts. The first part's an hour long, and the second part's like 40-something minutes.
Fucking shout out to Dave,
Yeah.
bro.
Yo, let me tell you, this man is so hilarious.
He's a legend, bro.
But fuck, is he the realest too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about it.
Like the thing is, like the first special he did, he broke some shit down. Like he broke some shit down. I ain't really think about,
like the old one that came out months ago, or the first.
Yeah,
part
that's the
of-
first. That's the first one.
No, this is a new
Yeah, no,
one.
he
This
dropped
shit
2 new ones.
just
Well, no. I know
dropped.
he did. He had like a deal for 3 of them.
Yeah, this is
And
I
then
think probably
this is the second. This is the second series.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he did the first
Yeah.
series. That one came
Right.
out. So
Yeah,
this is the
so-
second series.
This one, I'm not gonna go into too much of it.
Yeah,
I
'cause
just
I
want
wanna
to
watch
say
Yeah, I kind of want to see it.
he goes on about trans and shit, and what he had to say was, it was funny as fuck, and it was real, and I can see why some people were like, could take it as like, oh my god, but it's like, yo, it's a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do.
And
These
he
people
knows
are
it.
paid to go over that line and say some shit that other people might
I'm
not
looking
necessarily
forward to
say.
it. I
And
might
it's-
have to watch it.
And it's Dave, bro.
Yeah. I'm trying to watch one
Exactly,
part
and it's
tonight.
Dave Chappelle.
He's
So,
been doing that.
yeah, and then the second part is like more intimate, like at a bar or some shit.
I
Like
love
an
when he
actual-
does those.
like a little comedy club or
Yeah.
something. That one he talks about. Basically, he pretty much puts out why he legit left.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I'll
dope.
watch it.
Without
I'll watch the first one.
actually specifically saying, like,
Without
it's funny
without
because
shitting on
there's a
Comedy
couple of
Central.
times he's like, "Y'all want to know why I left?" It's
I'm
like,
looking
I'm
forward
not
to
gonna
this
do
shit.
that.
I'm looking forward.
But yeah, the way he breaks it down, the story that he tells to kind of
Yeah.
give you the idea
Is
as
that
to why.
that's the
Fucking
one?
brilliant.
That's the one where that clip is coming from, where he's talking about Trump, and he's talking about Trump supporters.
I think that's the one prior.
Was that the one that was
'cause
prior to? I can't remember.
The first portion, the first hour is like an hour-long special at like a big event,
Yeah.
and then the second one is like legit, like almost like an improv.
Netflix
type
is taking
setup.
over, bro.
Well, yeah. It's like
Oh
the
yeah,
new, it's like the new cable.
because you can do what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, within obvious
by the way,
reason. But
While we're on topic of Netflix, anybody who's talking shit about that Bright movie with Will Smith, go sit on one and spin.
Did you see
I
it?
fucking loved it. I thought it was great. What?
music, man.
Oh, we don't need music, man. We ran it.
I like the
twice already.
music.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll do it one more time. So the Bright movie was great. They didn't like it, honestly, and I think the critics are just Hollywood critics.
Well, because they were saying
because
it's
Hollywood hates
it's too
Netflix.
It's too social comment. They said
It's,
it was
yeah,
too,
social commentary.
Yeah.
They didn't like that. They're saying, "Oh well, Will Smith, that's something. That's not a part he should have played." No, you're just saying that because you're a Hollywood critic, and Hollywood is shoving money down your throat to criticize anything that Netflix does because Netflix is the new fucking Hollywood.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Because they're the ones handing out. They're the ones who are actually handing out, like, the people who are
Opportunities.
creating shows.
Yeah.
They're creating. They're handing them the money to actually do
And they're
your
paying
show.
these fuckers.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they're not paying them and saying, well, you can't do this, you can't say that. I
Yeah.
love Netflix.
Yeah.
And I fucking love the movie Bright. I thought it was great. I
Really?
like I love how it's set up as far as it's like
It's like it's
100
like
and something years in the future,
it's
but
like a fair. It's like
yeah,
have
but they
fairies
incorporate
and stuff, right?
orcs,
Yeah.
they incorporate elves and fairies and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking dragons. It's cool as fuck, but it's still like set in Los Angeles. So you got to check it out. It's
Yeah,
great.
that's
Yeah.
fucking-
I don't want to
I've
go
been
too
meaning
much
to.
into it, but it's fucking great.
It makes sense, bro. Netflix, like you said, Netflix has been doing that because I know fucking they were talking about shutting down the Stars network. They're talking about taking Stars off of
Yeah,
fucking
that's why
cable.
50 was trying to leave.
And they're like, well, fuck it. If you're going to do that, because the creator of the show, I think her name's Courtney Kemp or something like that. She's like, well, we can just go to Netflix.
Yeah.
They've already offered money.
Hell, even Hulu.
Yeah.
I mean, Hulu's very much doing the same shit now. Amazon's doing the same
Hulu,
shit now.
you know what Hulu is? You know what Hulu has? I don't know if they have it on Netflix, but Hulu is taking a lot of like British, like really
Yeah.
good British shows, and they're putting them on there. Cause bro, that's where I found a lot of good fucking Misfits. Misfits. If you haven't seen Misfits, bro, Misfits is kind of like it's like Heroes,
Okay.
except it's set with. I guess they're not really teenagers, but they're like young adults. And the thing is that everybody has some type of power. Instead of, and I think Heroes was based. I think this is where Heroes got the
Well-
idea because I think this show came out before Heroes.
When did it come out?
I think it came out in like
I can tell you when Heroes came out for sure.
I think it was like 07. Hold on, let me check. I can check. I can
Heroes
check
came
that.
out in 06.
Okay, then it might have come. It might have come after it.
Because that's
Because it's like the same premise, but it wouldn't be a shock because we stole, both countries steal shit from each
Oh
other.
yeah. Well,
all the time.
sometimes not even stealing is just more just making it Americanized, like The Office.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
about to say The Office because we just kind of took that. Same thing with Whose Line Is It Anyway? That
Well,
was
it wasn't took because Ricky Gervais was still producing the show just for
Yeah.
the American audience. That's
Yeah.
all. So I can't say took. There's probably certain things that have been like took for sure, but I can't say The Office at all because He even appears on the show at one point.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the second to last
Yeah.
season, on Michael Scott's, I think, last day or like sometime in those last few episodes, they bump into each other like in a fucking apartment building or something. This shit was classic. I was like, yo, I totally forgot about this.
Hey, so now that we're on the topic, I like how this goes, of taking stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm going, I said this is the last show of last year. This is No Nonsense 2018.
Yeah.
And during show prep today, K-Swiss brought something to my attention. And this is something that we have brought up already twice on this show. And, you know, I was thinking, well, it's maybe just a coincidence. You know, maybe
2009.
yeah. Maybe it's just coincidence. But after today, I don't think it's a coincidence anymore. I'm slightly more convinced that somebody who has a very popular podcast is taking some of our stuff. Not taking, I don't want to say it's taking our stuff because anybody can necessarily do this.
Right.
But they weren't doing this. And we started doing this. And literally 2 weeks after we started doing it,
Here it comes.
they start doing it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. So, Swiss,
Okay.
if you could play the sound bite.
Okay. Let's see. if
But
we-
actually, before you do that,
yeah.
let me tell you who this guy is.
You know what time it is. You've heard the other podcasts. Now make way. One day I'm gonna make a real stupid ass intro like these other bum niggas have.
Those bum niggas is us. We're the bum niggas Joe Budden is referring to in that sound bite.
Wait.
Which is why we
Yeah.
put
That was-
that's why we start our show with that.
There was a whole backstory to
I didn't
that.
even know that.
Go
was
ahead and
part
tell
of
them the backstory before we
I didn't even
play
know that
before
was
we
part
play
of
the
it.
new.
I thought that was just some random.
No, that's Joe Budden.
That's
What
Joe Budden. I thought it honestly was maybe one of y'all
No,
just
that
talking
was
shit.
that was
with
Joe
the
Budden. That was we.
tweet.
This is what happened after. All right, so look.
Give him the backstory.
What happened is because I listened to his podcast because I'm a Joe Budden fan. I like his music, so you know I'm a fan of his. So
right.
I was listening to his podcast, and it just happened to be a show, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let me comment. And I was like, hey man, you know we have a show called Blunt Sessions. You know, check us out. So when you go on the actual page for their show, or at least on Spreaker, I was the only comment that was there. Because
Really?
I guess their show it's produced on like another network, but it goes through Spreaker as well.
Oh, okay.
So I was the only comment that was there at the time. We were using our intro where we were doing the "I'm Gino Lexus" and it was the different voices like
Yeah.
that. So that came about. That was literally probably
The
like
next episode.
Yeah, it was their very next episode. It was like a week later. He was talking about that, so I was like, well. Maybe he actually listened to the show and heard the intro, and then that's where that
But
sound
that was
bite came
a
from.
coincidence.
Yeah,
Right.
that seemed like a coincidence.
No,
Then
not so.
Then we started doing, I started doing the round of applause.
Yeah.
Round of applause
For
for
blah,
such
blah,
and
blah.
such and blah, blah, blah. Round of applause.
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is. You guys listen to the show, you
Yeah.
know what it is.
Right.
All of a sudden,
here they come.
all
Round
of a
of
sudden
applause.
now Joe Biden is giving round of applauses.
Yeah.
It's a coincidence.
That's two strikes.
It's two strikes. It's two strikes.
That's two strikes.
It's two strikes.
All right, so now within the last couple of weeks, you guys have heard about Rack. Plus, we did calling your ass as a matter of fact,
I'm
Bo
like
can
the.
attest.
I think the.
Yeah, you were the first person.
Yeah, the test run.
Yeah, he
I
can
remember
attest to
that.
that shit. That was a very long time ago.
Y'all fucking woke me. I
And the
remember
thing
that
is,
one
we
'cause y'all
weren't
woke
really
me the
doing it
fuck
all
up.
the time. We did it randomly here and there.
Yeah.
And then once we started doing Rack,
Yeah.
Random Acts of Calling Kindness, we said,
and the
let's do this.
1-800 and the 1-800
And the
roulette.
1-800 roulette. We're saying we're going to start doing this more often.
Yeah. So here comes this. This was literally, I guess they do their show on Tuesday. So this was literally what happened on their show Tuesday.
2 weeks after.
Let's see.
2 weeks.
2 weeks after.
Happy New Year to you too, brother. I think in 2018 I want to start making these random phone calls a thing on this podcast. We're live on the podcast, so don't say anything incriminating, okay?
Joey. What the
Really?
fuck, Joe?
That's pretty interesting, Mr. Budden.
Random calls, really, Joe?
I liked him.
I love Joe, and I'm not going to blame Joe.
In